26. So Bergvall will throw this ball in, arrows it in, doesn't beat the first man. It's pretty much after you big it up. That's it. In fact, PSG take it for Germain.
Game in the middle of that
games at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium over Copenhagen and Villarreal. They've got draws against Monaco and Bodo Glimt. They were a couple of goals down in that game and pulled themselves back. And it was a 0-0 draw last time out away against Monaco. Here is Jed Spence. Richarlison battling well with Germain in the middle of Paris Saint-Germain's half. Here's Pape Madassar. He's got a bit of space, 25 yards out in penalty area. Some PSG players now circling in. Japora inside the centre circle. Bentancur flicking the ball to the right. It goes long towards Madassar. Referee and penalises the midfielder. And then there's throw to the ground. So free kick just outside PSG's penalty area. Germain on that right. Penalty area, which is it right footed. Organised and have weathered any sort of potential on PSG to come up with the answer. It's really hard because they move in and out of possession really quickly, but it's Chico's first start in quite a while for Tottenham. Nuno Mendes, ball for Paris Saint-Germain. Ruiz, he floats it to left hand side to Barcola. Barcola just strolls it, plays it towards Vitinha, who uses his whole body to swing that to the right side. Here's João Neves. João Neves now to Germain on that right back position. Like a boot, plays it back to João Neves. This is just outside the penalty area now, right off the beat. Germain, here's Cancelo, goes for goal, and it goes wide.
With 11, Scandinavian stays on. Spurs have the ball inside their own half. Back by Ruiz from inside the Spurs half to Chevalier, controls it with his thigh just outside the penalty area in a D. Long right-footed drive forward, no one really there though for Paris Saint-Germain. Vicario ushers the ball back into his own penalty area, doesn't need to pick it up though, just plays it out to Mickey van der Ven. Van der Ven back again to Vicario, the Italian international, drills it into the Paris Saint-Germain half. Good header away by Pacho. Mendes back again to Pacho with that almost trademark left strapping on his wrist. Vitinha needs some help from somewhere. Where's it coming from? On the left-hand side with Mendes. Controls it in the Spurs half. Doesn't really take hold of it until he gets back into his own half. Vitinha. Makinos to Pacho. Vitinha playing alongside his two central defenders at the moment, waiting for Spurs to come and push on him. Ruiz, nice swivel turn to the left-hand side, gets it back from Mendes. This is nice from Paris Saint-Germain. Bacola taking on the Spurs defence. That's a good snapping challenge from Romero. Timed it perfectly. Really good tackle that was from the Argentine. Well, he's got a rick in him, he's got a temperament, he's got a mistake in him. There's no question of that, but he's also a very, very good defender. And defending like that was wholesome. Here come PSG. Little chip over the top of Vitinha. It's up in the air. Is it going to be bundled over the line? No, it's not. Well, we thought there that there was going to be an opening goal. And it was Zaire Emery who went through, latched onto Vitinha's little chip over the top, and he knocked it up in the air. And it was almost coming straight back down to him again with the goalkeeper to the beat, and he jumped into the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper managed to get it away. Here is Ruiz getting the better of Kolo Muani. Checks his wing mirrors and then plays for safety. Applauded by Makinos as he collects the ball himself. Now out to the left-hand side again, and Bacola. So far they've contained Bacola of Spurs. He is most definitely a threat. Pedro Porro has been equal to him thus far. Still 0-0 at the Parc des Princes in the Champions League. Elsewhere tonight, Arsenal are leading Bayern Munich by 1-0. Jurrien Timber has just gone and scored the opening goal for the Gunners. So the leaders in England are beating the leaders in Germany. Harry Kane's Bayern Munich on his return to North London behind 1-0 tonight. Timber with a goal. There's Njanto to Bacola. Back again to Vitinha. Keeps it ticking. Paris Saint-Germain to the far side now, the right-hand side. Reverse back inside by Kvaratskhelia. It's nicely played as well. Zaire Emery. And then the through ball by Neves, and out quickly was Vicario at the near post to deny Njanto. Did get a touch there, but it was blocked off pretty well by Van der Ven. Here comes Paris Saint-Germain again. They were queuing up there. They went through the middle for Njanto, through Vitinha, and they really should have given it to Ruiz. It's in space. Now, here comes Spurs. Jed Spence into the penalty area. Excellent defending by Zaire Emery. Well, there's nothing this lad can't do. I'm sure if you give him a pair of gloves, he'd be a brilliant goalkeeper. He plays right back, and then he'll pop up in midfield. And then a couple of minutes ago, he went through with the goalkeeper to beat and nodded it up in the, lofted it up in the air. But he's got a goal in him. He's got a bit of everything. Just now, he's got back and tackled Jed Spence into the penalty area. Brilliant defending. He's everywhere. He's worth two players sometimes, you know. He's such a fabulous player, Zaire Emery. I'll hold you to it. I think he's going to be a star at the World Cup next year for France. Paris Saint-Germain have got some defending to do. Spurs with their first corner of the game. And they've pushed all the big guys forward. Corner needs to be a decent one. Whipped in by Spurs. Punched away by Chevalier. Jed Spence angles it back to the left-hand side again. And to the corner taker, Pedro Porro. Gets it onto his right foot. Whips it in. It's flicked on. And then put away by Pacho, and the flag is up against, I think it was Kolo Muani, the offside flag up. Chevalier, good punch it was too, for Chevalier. So Arsenal 1, Bayern Munich 0. Atletico Madrid are leading against Inter by 1-0. Julian Alvarez with the only goal of that game so far. 0-0 in Frankfurt, the game against Atalanta. 1-1 between Liverpool PSV. Olympiacos were leading Real Madrid 1-0. Last time we mentioned that game, it's now 2-1 to Real Madrid. Kylian Mbappe with both the goals. Former Paris Saint-Germain player, of course. Paris Saint-Germain could do with a goal right now. But Spurs have been equal to them in every measure. Best chance of the game was a curling effort from Kvaratskhelia just wide. With the better chances, Paris Saint-Germain. Not much, though. Not much to feed on. And there's a stoppage in play, which Richarlison has run straight into João Neves. And he's come off second best. He's holding his neck. What happened there? João Neves plays the ball. And then his forearm seems to swing into the neck of Richarlison, who felt the full force. Purely accidental. Richarlison never looks happy, does he? He looks like he's ready for a fight. Even when he's happy, even when he scores a goal, he looks like he's ready for a fight, doesn't he? I think it's just his persona. He's a very good player, Richarlison. Not what I would call an out-and-out striker, because he's finishing. Well, the record speaks for itself. It's not good enough. Here's Kvaratskhelia cutting inside, beating 1-2-3. Tried a little back heel, but didn't put enough on the back heel for it to carry through. Vitinha, then helped wide by Ruiz to Neves. Neves waits and then chips a delightful ball back inside to Mendes. Mendes quickly shifts it wide to Barcola. It's Barcola again against Porro, finding the feet of Njanto, who's struggled to really get into the game so far. Never an easy place to play as the number 9 for Paris Saint-Germain. Everything seems to bypass you. He's had to come back and get a little bit of a feel for things. Sporting have taken the lead against Club Brugge in Portugal. Sporting Lisbon 1, Club Brugge 0. Vitinha, inch perfect, always is with him. Out to the left-hand side. 5 attempts, 1 on target from PSG, 1 from Spurs. That was on target. Didn't come to anything. Here's Vitinha again. Back out wide once more. He's trying his luck on the left-hand side now is Janto. And Janto is going to try and take on Sarr. He's got it back and then pushes it back to Bergvall, who clears. Vitinha, he's given it away. And, smuggled away by Pat Matassar. Paris Saint-Germain have it again, and they're just starting to get into the groove. Last time I mentioned the game between Olympiacos and Real Madrid, it was 2-1, 2 goals for Kylian Mbappe. Guess what? He's gone and got his hat-trick. It's 3-1. He's unstoppable at the moment, isn't he? Where he'd fit in with this PSG side. Here's Kvaratskhelia. Lovely ball to Njanto. Njanto gets slightly wrapped up in it there with Romero. Romero gets it away. Porro is fouled by Kvaratskhelia. Free kick to Tottenham Hotspur. This is the one of only 2 games that's still 0-0. Frankfurt against Atalanta is still 0-0. Tottenham Hotspur, well, they'll reflect on the opening 27.5 minutes with fondness, because they've been as good as Paris Saint-Germain mostly. It's been times where Paris do get hold of the ball and they look dangerous, but they haven't really created anything. But here's Bergvall for Spurs. Wide to Jed Spence. Chased by Kvaratskhelia. Ends up hitting Jed Spence last, and that's going to be a throw into the Parisians. Got a little bit knotted under his own feet there, Jed Spence. Zaire Emery. Back to Makinos. Across to Pacho. Pacho clears. Unconvincing, but it nearly reached Barcola. Came off of Porro. Throw into Paris Saint-Germain down the left-hand side, midway inside their own penalty area. Ruiz, he's giving it away, Ruiz. Crossed by Papsar. This is Kolo Muani, pulls it back to the edge of the penalty area. No one there in a yellow shirt. And Zaire Emery can bring it away, and he gets it forward quickly to Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia to Vitinha. Back out wide to Kvaratskhelia again. He's now level with the edge of the penalty area. One chance at one end from Spurs, but they didn't find the proper pass. They didn't pick it, they rushed it. They gave it away and they could get punished here. Vitinha decides to go back to Makinos. Back inside to Neves. Barcola. Neves again. This is where they are in control of things. Ruiz and Neves intertwining a couple of passes on the left-hand side, just outside the Tottenham Hotspur penalty area. Sporting 2, Club Brugge 0 in Portugal. Played out wide by Zaire Emery to Vitinha. Vitinha juggling forward, gets it wide to Kvaratskhelia. Corner edge of the penalty area, taking on Jed Spence. Goes one way, then the other. He's got the overlap from Vitinha. Sends the cross in. It's headed away by Porro, and it falls nicely to Richarlison. Richarlison could drive forward with Zaire Emery chasing after him. Porro rambles up towards the halfway line and skies a long ball forward, to which Paris Saint-Germain are equal to it. You ask the question, who could win the Champions League this year? You say Barcelona, you say Bayern Munich, you say Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid. Vinicius Junior, by the way, has just scored a 4th for Real Madrid, an assist by Mbappe to go with his hat-trick. 32 minutes gone, they're 4-1 up in Olympiacos in Greece tonight. And here come Paris Saint-Germain in towards the penalty area. Barcola has gone down the middle, and Janto has come to the left because he was struggling down the middle, and I think he was getting exhumed by a lack of ball, and so the man from up above, Luis Enrique, up in the stands, signalled down to his touchline, said to Rafael Pol, get him out wide to the left and put Barcola in the middle just for now. So Barcola can play down the middle. He's got 5 goals this season, Bradley Barcola, all 5 coming in the French league. He's yet to score in the Champions League. Spurs clear with Romero. Up towards Richarlison on the right-hand side. Should be dealt with, though, by Pacho, and is. Here's Mendes. The inside, Vitinha. Doesn't give the ball away, Vitinha, does it? It's impossible. Kinos to Vitinha. Playing around on the edge of his own D, at the edge of his penalty area. Now, that 4th Real Madrid goal is being checked by VAR, but they are a comfortable evening in things in Greece tonight, aren't they, the Spaniards? And it has been disallowed, the goal from Vinicius Junior. It is still 3-1. 31 3/4 minutes played at the Parc des Princes. Paris Saint-Germain just starting to exert themselves, and here is Kvaratskhelia, but he's not going to catch that ball out wide from Barcola. Spurs bench, whilst they are keeping things all safe and secure at 0-0, won't be too disappointed. He's got his laptop in front of him, he's got his headset on. It's more like me than he does Luis Enrique tonight, because he looks like he should be commentating on the game with that headset on. But he's got a direct line down to Rafael Pol and Hernandez on the bench. So it's almost like he's there watching the game from up above. In goes Richarlison. That's a foul from Richarlison, and he left the foot in on Pacho, and the referee could have easily shown a yellow card there, Felix Swire, but he just said, look, no more of that, thank you. Let's keep it calm. It's been clean and it's been a good game so far. Very few fouls. Pacho caught there by Richarlison for a kick. Thomas Frank chewing his gum, barking out his orders from the technical area. Yeah, come Paris Saint-Germain again. Zaire Emery tries to clip it forward. Jed Spence read it quicker than Kvaratskhelia. Likewise, quickest to read the anticipating ball there was Ruiz, Fabian Ruiz. Makinos has gone in for the challenge on Tottenham's Jed Spence. Came off of Spence. It's a throw to Paris Saint-Germain. They haven't made the most of it. Here's Mickey van der Ven. Scored that wonderful goal against Copenhagen, didn't he? I think he'll get away with doing that tonight here at the Parc des Princes. Paps up. Backwards. Romero. Forwards into the midfield. Bentancur with the outside of the right boot. Gives it to Mickey van der Ven, who ships it quickly wide to Spence and then to Bergvall on the left-hand side. Bergvall, lovely touch from Bergvall. Can they get the cross into the far post? They can. Kolo Muani with a header. Richarlison scores. And Spurs are ahead against the European champions. And it's Richarlison, the Brazilian. And it's made by Rando Kolo Muani, former Paris Saint-Germain player. Comes back to haunt his old club. Well, it all came about from the left-hand side, and the cross coming in, made by Bergvall. And if you rewind long enough, you'll find an absolutely exhilarating drag back from Bergvall down the left. He's gone to take on the defender, and it's a little drag back and flick, and Gray gets the cross in. Kolo Muani on the far post heads it straight across and into the path of Richarlison, who can't miss from 2 yards out. Richarlison heads Tottenham Hotspur into the lead. Great header by Kolo Muani across the face, and Richarlison does the rest. Couldn't miss. Not even Richarlison could miss that. Tottenham Hotspur leading at the Parc des Princes. We're into the final 10 minutes of the first half, and the European champions are behind. It's Arsenal 1, Bayern Munich 1, by the way. Lennart Kohl with the equalising goal for the German league leaders. Barcola, left-hand side, gets it forward to Quintin Janto. Janto goes down, wants a free kick. Referee says no thank you. It's a throw-in instead to Jed Spence and Tottenham Hotspur. Well, it's been a pulsating night so far in the Champions League. Spurs leading here by a goal to nil. There are a grand total of 7 matches being played, including this. Only one of them's being won by the home side. That's the game in Madrid. Athletic leading Inter by a goal to nil. And this is a test of Tottenham's resolve now, because Paris Saint-Germain had the better chances in what has been largely equal up until 10 minutes from half-time. Richarlison gets his head on, a brilliant head down from Rando Kolo Muani, and Spurs lead. Not many people would have backed Spurs tonight. And they've made quite a few changes as well. They've left out Polina. Kudos is on the bench. No Brennan Johnson suspended. Kvaratskhelia has come over to the left-hand side now. Gives it to Vitinha. Vitinha plays it neatly inside to Zaire Emery. Now Makinos sends it wide to Barcola on the right-hand side. Bradley Barcola. Chance to have a go at Spence. Coming inside. Little return towards Zaire Emery. But good defending in numbers by Tottenham Hotspur. Jed Spence. Flicked by Pat Matassar, but he's given it away. Back inside from João Neves. This is Ruiz. Ruiz goes one way then the other. Great play from the Spaniard. Fabian Ruiz. Now wide to Njanto. Njanto goes one way then the other. Whips a cross in. It's a good delivery as well. Headed away by Jed Spence. It was fortuitously picked up by Bentancur, who around about the penalty spot region whipped past the challenger Vitinha and managed to slice it away quickly. And he needs to be quick as well, because they were ready to pounce there. Paris Saint-Germain. 7 minutes to go to half-time. Paris Saint-Germain 0, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Bit of a surprise. Goal from Richarlison 10 minutes before half-time. And first real chance has come Spurs' way, and they've taken it. Passes completed, Tottenham 100, Paris Saint-Germain 2-5-3. And from their passing, 73% accuracy from Spurs, 89% accuracy from Paris Saint-Germain. Coming forward now is Joao Neves. Whips it across from the right to the left. Kvaratskhelia takes it down. He'll take on Porro. Comes inside to the corner edge of the penalty area. Vitinho gets it wide. This is Njanto. To come inside. Now he's gone on the outside of Porro. Comes back inside again. Porro makes the block, and it came off of Porro last. He manages to keep it in, preventing it from going out for a corner. Chops it down the line. Richarlison. He's headed that straight to Vitinho. Vitinho wide to Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia goes past one and wins a corner. Good mopping up at the back by Bentancur. Corner to Paris Saint-Germain. Spurs looking to bounce back. Sorry, Paris Saint-Germain looking to bounce back. Spurs are leading here. They've got nothing to bounce back from. Kvaratskhelia. Deep delivery, clawed away by Vicario. It will drop away on the far side. Is it going to go for a throw or a corner? It's going to go for a throw. Right down by the corner. Good fist this by Vicario, because he's punched it away from danger. That's all you can do if you're going to punch it. It's too high for him to put both hands on it and lay claim. We're into the last 5 minutes of the first half. Spurs are leading here by a goal to nil. Up in the air from Bergvall. Taken down by Kolo Muani. Up towards the halfway line, but Paris Saint-Germain get it back, and they get it back quickly, and they move it forward quickly, and Kvaratskhelia is down the left-hand side. Another chance to have a run at Porro. Comes inside this time and goes for the return, and that's a good intervention from Tottenham's number 29, Pat Matasar, heading towards the AFCONs in a month or so. Senegal. There's Kvaratskhelia on the left-hand side. Receives the pass from Fabian Ruiz. Kvaratskhelia cutting in. Whips one in. Too easy though. Away by Romero. Richarlison. Quite get it away, and it's a foul. Frustration really creeping in there for Ruiz. It's going to be a free kick to Tottenham Hotspur. The referee from Germany, Felix Swear, has tried to let the game go, and it's a fairly easy job in a game like this, really, just to let the game go. Isn't so far needed to show a yellow card to anyone. 4.5 minutes of the first half remaining. There won't be a lot of stoppage time, I don't think, either. There's not really been an injury. Not yet, anyway. Firm header away by Romero, but he's gone through the back of Njanto. The referee didn't like that very much. Free kick to Paris Saint-Germain inside their own half. Referee wants a word. Speaking to Richarlison, but I think he's wanting a word with Pat Matasar, saying, I'm in charge here, not you. Well, don't often see them given, but for all intents and purposes, it was a foul. Two little arguments going on out there. Perhaps a little bit of needle will perhaps help spice this game up slightly. Here's Vitinho. Chips it forward. Only as far as Bentancur. Bentancur angles it into Bergvall. Bergvall's made the run down the right, but Richarlison's opted to go back instead to Pedro Porro. Back to Romero on the halfway line, the Tottenham Hotspur skipper. Rolled down the line to Richarlison again. Holds it up really well. Bergvall again has made the run, but Richarlison's gone in the opposite direction. Sarr back to Romero. And Spurs opting to keep the ball here. 43 minutes gone. Paris Saint-Germain 0, Tottenham Hotspur 1. A goal from Richarlison. A header 10 minutes before half-time after the initial header from Rando Kolo Muani. Lovely piece of skill, by the way, from Lucas Bergvall in the build-up to the goal. And a great ball in from Archie Gray. They're trying to get Archie Gray forward at every opportunity down that left-hand side as well, Spurs. It's a formation that's worked relatively well for them so far. Leading here with a minute and a half to go in the first half. Half-time whistle's starting to blow. Liverpool 1, Liverpool 1, PSV 1. Always do that. PSV, PSG. Anyway, here come PSG with Emery to Vitinha. Back heel from Ruiz. Forward by Mendes to Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia hasn't got any change out of either fullback, and nor has Baikola. The fullbacks deserve full credit for Tottenham Hotspur for keeping those wingers quiet. Here's Ruiz. Now Vitinha drives it, takes a deflection, and it's gone behind for a corner to Paris Saint-Germain. Came off of Mickey van der Ven, taken quickly by Kvaratskhelia. Here's Njanta. To the edge of the box, it's Vitinha. He's hit it. Oh, it's a wallop. What a goal from Vitinha. It's 1-1. That was magical. He's hit it first time, and it's spun in off the bar from outside the box. That is a delightful goal. Well, he's a wizard, is Vitinha. He looks like a wizard, and that was a wizard's goal. That was a dream. What a hit. What a hit from Vitinha, just when Spurs looked like they were going to go in ahead at half-time. Well, Njanta will take the credit for an assist. He plays it inside, he lets it run across him, and he hits it first time through the laces, and it dips over the goalkeeper and in off the crossbar. It is a fabulous goal by Vitinha, and the little Portuguese midfielder who runs the midfield has just gone and got Paris Saint-Germain right back into this game. It's back with Chevalier, a header from Neves. Saint-Germain 1, Spurs 1. Oh, that's a wonderful goal from Vitinha. It really was pure class. You can't hit them much better than that. Absolutely sensational goal. Spurs have had the lead whipped out from underneath their own feet. We're into 2 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the first half. Spurs almost had a corner there, but it's kept in by Zaire Emery, who I've been incredibly impressed with every time I watch him play for PSG. A yellow card has come out for the first time, and it's gone to Lucas Bergvall for a late challenge. So he is yellow carded. Those yellow cards have cost Brennan Johnson a trip to France tonight. He's had to stay at home with a one-match ban as a consequence of picking up yellow cards in the early stages of the league phase. We've played a minute and a half of the 2 minutes of stoppage time. Long ball for Chevalier.